Hello, beautiful avatars. How are you? Really grateful to be able to connect with you. I'm recording this before I head off back into the jungle for a dieta. And so at the time of recording, I've just channeled the information for the Capricorn Super Full Moon for the 13th of July. Oof. Well, big transformational energy, big opportunity to have a look at how far you've come, and a really good opportunity to think about detoxing in your life in every area. I also go into some stuff about soulmates, twin flames, the emergence of different gifts, telepathy, all that kind of stuff. It was unexpected. And I hope you find it helpful. I'm still tingling from it in anticipation of what this is going to mean, because it's a real surge of an upgrade, it seems, coming with this energy. There's a huge support in this energy for essentially an upgrade and an awakening. So on a global level, that's going to be quite incredible. So there may be some bumps in the road along the way, but nothing you can't handle, because it's all in you. And I'm always here for support. There's loads of ways that you can work with me, and just really grateful to do this work, really grateful to have you here, and just wishing you all the best. So I hope you enjoy this episode. Let me know if you do, please. And it's great if you can comment, like, share, all that stuff, because the wicked world of social media thrives on that, and it helps to get the word out to other people who are potentially really in need of this kind of support, to be able to hear from an outside source that they're not going crazy, or that these things are happening as part of a massive design, as part of the cosmic web, and we do have free will. There are certain elements of destiny weaved into that, but we do have free will. But sometimes it can just feel like it's too much. So every time you like, comment, share, review, all those kinds of things, it helps to get the word out to other people. And I get a lot of private messages from people, so I really appreciate that. And so if you don't mind, that would really help. But I also trust what will be will be. So have a good episode, have a good full moon, and I really look forward to speaking to you, seeing you, connecting with you, as you'll see, telepathically, real soon. Lots of love. So as always, my lovelies, just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. We're all different people with different backgrounds and different circumstances. So just always defer to yourself to see what's really going on for you. This is just an interpretation of what could lie ahead. We all have free will. Okay, so let's get into it. Alright, so for this upcoming super full moon in Capricorn, right, so powerful, deep truths now coming into the light, and an opportunity to find balance where it's most needed, perhaps even in areas that are in your shadow you're not aware of yet. Okay, so this is an essential maintenance alert. It's a time for really tuning into yourself and what you need. Okay, so this time is going to provide an opportunity to really look at what's changed in the last maybe 2.5 years. It's showing me a calendar, like on a phone. It says January 2020. So maybe how things have changed since then. How you're handling your choices, your life path, your connection, and therefore your power. How are you handling all of those things? Wow, if I think back to then, that was very different. How different was life back then? Wow. Okay, they're showing me people with light coming from their hands. So this is representing a time to reclaim power, an expansion, an understanding of your own capacity for what you can own, and your own magic, your own power. So there's an upgrade. There's an essential upgrade. Your phone contract has come to an end and you're getting this upgrade now. Okay, so things are going to go quite deep. You keep on showing me the recent eclipse. May, was it? Yeah, May. That really was a strong one. I ended up in hospital. So yeah, things are going to get deep. Hang on, let me just see what they're trying to show me with that. I think it was Scorpio. So very deep transformation coming. So potentially something that really needs to be faced and owned. A bit of a reality check on your emotions, your desires, making sure that they are your own, not coming from any kind of conditioning. And a kind of audit for where your energy is going. All right, so of course, inevitably, there could be some kind of ending, some kind of something final. There's a very final energy to this. But that doesn't have to be a bad thing, because every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end, you know. So it's very, very powerful energy. I can really feel it. I can feel it now. But it's supportive in necessary change. This is gonna affect like your day-to-day living. It's that kind of transformation. You have the opportunity now to really change something that's been hanging around in your energy in this lifetime, maybe multiple lifetimes, maybe multiple dimensions, and it's all coming together now, like boom, like a volcano. Yeah. So for many people, they're going to already know what that is. Me saying that may have made the hairs on the back of your neck stand up or something. But there could be some other surprises too. But it's just good at the energy. Oh, sorry, the yawning. The energy's building and really setting you up to be more authentic and more in alignment with what your soul and your heart desire. Yeah, this authentic. It's very Capricorn on the authenticity to the self. That's the energy of this powerful super moon. So yeah, and there's kind of a practical angle coming in as well. So if you're able to ride this explosion, which you are, of course, because you create all of your own pathways before you even come here. New opportunities opening up just at the right time, as if by magic. Like you get initiated, or you finish your course and you graduate immediately. It's like you take the leap of faith, and it's absolutely everything falls into alignment immediately. So fast, but decision making, decisive energy, very Capricorn. No fucking about. it might be surprising how fast you move through this process, and it'll only be afterwards you'll go, wow, I handled that well, and look what happened. That's miraculous. This is going to bring confidence, a spaciousness, and a confidence inside yourself where you're like, yes, you're rooted, you've got your roots in the ground and your inspiration in the heavens. You are connected to both worlds. Given the freedom now to really follow a dream that maybe you didn't even bother to entertain it before because you thought it wasn't going to be possible. Okay, so yeah, a lot of support around transformation, connecting to the physical and the spiritual. Okay, so now they're showing me this tree with the leaves coming off in such a way, reminding me of books. Okay, dropping old stories. So yeah, anything that, I mean, this is a real vibrational shift here. This is quite amazing. If a lot of people go through this, we're going to see a really huge ripple out across everything in this wonderful matrix. Wow. So yeah, dropping any stories, any behaviors, any limiting beliefs, anywhere that energy is being given away, and just being standing so strong in a newfound confidence, belief. Okay. So yeah, depending on you and your circumstances, like there might be an explosive moments, just no longer holding back on things and just deciding, nah, I'm done with this, dropping it. So say what you need to say, but also just try to stay calm, be measured, be non-reactive, that usual stuff. And that Capricorn energy, I'm sure, is going to lend itself to that, because there's a real detachment to Capricorn. It's like they can always stay cool and calm. Yeah, Capricorn knows you're only responsible. You are the only one responsible for your power, your happiness, and essentially how to become a leader, breaking any codependent patterns, any of these things. And that's a really useful tool to have in your kit, to be able to step back and observe and not be the reactive person if something kicks off for you in your life, if something comes to light that you don't like or whatever. If you've been slaving yourself to others, you're going to wake up from that. No more victimhood, no more putting yourself last. And that doesn't mean that you just, I don't like the terms right and wrong, but you're going to suddenly just steamroll over other people's feelings or whatever. That's not what this is. Putting yourself first doesn't have to be, a terrible thing at all. You can do it with kindness. All right. So, clarity around projects, even perhaps maybe revisiting old projects, and clarity around what you want, what you need. Inner power and alignment coming through for a lot of people. It's an awakening for the ones who are already awakened. Awakening is an ongoing thing. It keeps going until the ultimate awakening when we move to the other realms. So yeah, standing up, taking action for yourself, and leading to something good. But if you're too attached, connected, or dependent on someone else to fulfill whatever it is, there's an opportunity for a tower moment here. If your desires are focused or tied up in another person, you're likely to be letting that go now, because it's all in you. and you cannot get to the next stage. And ultimately, the star seeds, the light workers, whatever, however you identify, which most likely you do because you're listening to this, we have to find home and safety and security and love inside before anything else can happen. So if that's tied up with somebody else's avatar or somebody else's actions, this, like, it's a burning down the house energy, a burning bridges energy, as far as that's concerned. It's that kind of finding everything you need right inside you, because you're the alchemist. The lab is inside you. This is really important. Okay, so yeah, I said this burning down the house energy, that's the image I've been given. It sounds scary, but it's not scary. This is a really good thing, because you get the opportunity to reinvent everything, to just do it differently. So it's like the house burnt down, but then you're like, okay, well, now I can go and travel, and I wanted to start over anyway. So if it does get turbulent, remember to try to keep your heart open and positive. You can trust this process. So, of course, the human, the ego part of you might really feel triggered and fearful, overwhelmed, but you can trust that you are supported. And it's going to feel like a miracle, because all these people kind of going, wow, like that seemed like it was the end of the world, but it was the best thing. Okay. It's all in you. Oh, it's all in you. So feel into your ultimate truth, because it's time to jump into that, jump into yourself. This bigger awakening is taking place. People call it the 3D to the 5D. Accessing more of this multi-dimensional quality that we are born with access to, but been cut off from. So tuning into more energies than beyond what is here on earth with us. And many people probably would have started to do that already, and maybe think that there's glitches in the matrix, and am I crazy? Did I imagine that? So a deeper understanding of your own gifts. Wow. An emergence of them. So whatever comes, even like the harder it is, maybe, the things that come into your life, the greater the awakening is going to be for you. Telepathy opening up, connections opening up, all of the different senses, clairaudience, clairvoyance, all the clairs. I've got all the clairs. I can't remember what they're called. Soulmates coming up, twin flames coming up. Some of these things are quite difficult to explain, but once you've experienced them, those feelings, you know what I'm talking about. And when you know, you know. Like, I didn't understand the whole twin flame thing until quite recently. And by the way, just be careful, especially with that. There's a lot of what I would call toxic selling around the whole twin flame thing, where, you know, people are saying we can reunite you with your twin flame and all of this kind of stuff. We've got the answers for you. Like, stay away from this, please, because meeting your twin flame is not about what they tell you it's about, honestly. So just be aware of that. And if you are in a twin flame energy, you know what's going on for you. But also, let me know if you want me to do a separate podcast on the whole twin flame or soulmates or anything. But coming back to this moon, yeah, there just maybe some very unexpected connections and arrivals popping into your life, shaking things up, and you're gonna maybe just feel a bit chaotic. So just take your time. They're coming back to they want me to do a bit of explaining. Okay. So I guess they want me to explain because more people are going to feel this, and they're going to feel a bit like something's not right, feeling a bit I don't like to use the word crazy, but you can feel a bit like you're unstable with this level of awakening. So with the emergence and the tuning up of things like telepathy, twin flame, soulmates, blah, or even other realms, people who've passed on, all of these things, because we're all existing at the same time, you may be getting a sense like somebody is there with you. Maybe you know who they are, maybe you don't yet, but they're there with you. And if you were to close your eyes, you would really expect them to be sitting there when you open your eyes. This is very normal for me, but it might be new for you. I guess that's why they want me to explain it, because at one time, obviously, it was not normal for me. It was happening a lot when I was a very small kid. And then for a time that got frightening. And then I buried it for many, many years and just pretended it wasn't happening. But then as it came back later in my life, now it's quite normal for me. I can, especially when I'm alone. So this might be something you experience. You get a feeling of somebody, probably it's a familiar feeling usually, or a telepathy with someone. You might know them well, you might not have met them, but there's a connection there. And you're like, what is this? That's not my thoughts. And you really feel what they're feeling. You know what they're thinking. And if you are with them in the physical, a friend or a relationship or an acquaintance, the feeling with them is very easy, very neutral, and very easy to get along with and spend time with them. But this might bring up a lot of questions for you. You might be confused about what you're feeling if you're in their presence, all of that stuff. There might be multiple. So like I always feel like I'm in a room full of people. And sometimes if I adjust my frequency, I can see those spirits, those people. They're always people. There's different animals and energies and all kinds of things. But yeah, I remember when I wasn't okay with that. And when I didn't know how to shut that off, it would give me problems sleeping, all of that. But we all need to learn to shut off sometimes so that we're not constantly in the middle of a party, Okay. So yeah, the energy is quite it's an oxymoron, but a tangible energy that comes from a shared connection. You are in sync with someone or a new tribe of people. You're sharing a frequency, just like tuning the radio. I don't even know if people tune radios anymore. It's a very old-fashioned thing to say, probably. But anyway, that frequency is a shared frequency, just you and them. Isn't there don't police have something like that, and bus drivers and kids with their little, I don't even know if they do this, but plastic cups on string, and there's they can hear each other, So it's exciting. It's good. Okay, so they just said the starseeds are the leaders, and now is a huge initiation for paving the way forward with that. Hello, darling. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that you find the episode helpful and the information helpful. It's always a mystery to me, some of these things come out. But yeah, I hope that it's helpful. If you want to hear the rest of the episode, you can make your way over to patreon.com/shamanic heartspace, where I'd be happy for you to listen to the rest of the podcast. And there's lots of other things you can access on there as well, past moon ceremonies and behind the scenes stuff. I'm not going to be doing a public moon ceremony for this Capricorn super full moon. I'll only be doing it for Patreons. So yeah, if you go over there, you'll be able to access that as well. So yeah, I hope that this is a really beautiful and transformational time for you. If you are finding it tough, or you need a little hand, reach out to me. There's lots of ways that you can work with me online, or come into the jungle would be amazing. One of the best things you can do for yourself and the world, in my opinion. So we have a group going out to work with ayahuasca and other plants in a very loving, gentle way on the 15th of September 2022. So please reach out if you're interested in finding out more about that. It'd be amazing to have you. But yeah, I can also do integration therapy and psychedelic integration therapy, preparing for working with plants, just regular therapy as well. I'm qualified in that. I'm starting to teach a few people about what I do in a very kind of informal way. So if that's interesting to you, you can let me know as well. Maybe get a little group together. So this is a really exciting time, and it just remains to be said that the answers are not outside of you. Everything is inside you. You've got this. We all need a little bit of guidance sometimes, but you are your own guru, your own shaman. You are amazing. So just take good care of yourself, and maybe I'll see you over on Patreon, or even better in person, and sending you loads and loads of love for this time. Take good care now. Bye.